The PGA Tour has crossed north of the border this week for the 100th playing of the RBC Canadian Open.
Welcome to PGA Tour Today, presented by World MasterCard.
Glen Abbey Golf Club, the modern Jack Nicklaus design near Lake Ontario, hosts some of the PGA Tour's hottest young stars and fan-favorite veterans at this week's RBC Canadian Open. Hi, I'm Win McMurry. It is the 25th time Glen Abbey has hosted the only PGA Tour event in Canada. Mike Weir is one of the handful of Canadian players this week in the field vying to win his national championship. And this year marks the 10th anniversary of Weir's first PGA Tour victory, the Air Canada Championship in Vancouver. No Canadian has won in Canada since. In 18 starts, Weir has captured 3 top 10s at the event, 2 of which came at the Glen Abbey course. Weir lost in a playoff to Vijay Singh in the 2004 playing of the Canadian Open and tied for 5th a year ago. Weir begins his round at 7:30 Thursday morning, entering the week off 4 top 10s in 2009, which have him sitting 25th in the FedEx Cup standings. Earlier this week, the Royal Canadian Golf Association announced that the 8-time PGA Tour winner will be inducted into the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame. In addition to Weir's achievements on the course, his commitment to charity through the Mike Weir Foundation has endeared him to the Canadian fans. He hosted a Monday Pro-Am that brought together celebrities from the music, sports, and entertainment industries to raise funds to assist in the advancement of children's physical, emotional, and educational welfare. 6-time NBA champion Michael Jordan, who is Fred Couples' 2009 President's Cup assistant captain, headlined the Mike Weir Charity Classic field.
It's charity. It's all to help the community, build a good rapport within the community with these guys. Mike, I met Mike maybe about 6 months ago. We live in Utah, and it seems like the people come out and support us for a good cause.
Stephen Ames is an Alberta, Canada resident and will be playing his 12th Canadian Open. Ames' best finish was a tie for 7th in 2005. He is playing alongside Daniel Chopra and Camilo Villegas for the first 2 rounds. Villegas enters the week off a tie for 13th at the British Open and is ready to kickstart his 2009 season with a victory as he currently sits 32nd in the FedEx Cup standings. Following Villegas' group off the tee Thursday afternoon at 12:55 Eastern is last week's winner of the U.S. Bank Championship, Bo Van Pelt. Anthony Kim is grouped with Van Pelt. The 24-year-old was 1 shot off of last year's Canadian Open winner Ches Reavie's 54-hole lead, but finished tied for 8th. Another young player to watch for this week is Sean O'Hare. The champion earlier this year in Charlotte has 2 third-place finishes at the RBC Canadian Open, including a tie for 3rd last year. He is one of only 3 players under the age of 30 with 3 or more PGA Tour titles. John Daly is also teeing it up in Canada. The 2-time major championship winner tied for 27th at last week's British Open. Retief Goosen finished only 2 shots off the Turnberry playoff and also crossed the pond to play in Canada's national championship. Bob Stevens of the PGA Tour Network joins us from Glen Abbey with more on what to expect this week.
Win, there are any number of great storylines this week here at Glen Abbey, whether it be the 2 Canadians who want to win their own national championship so badly, Mike Weir and Stephen Ames, or the 2 guys coming back across the pond after the Open Championship, Steve Marino and Anthony Kim, and you can throw Luke Donald in there as well, who played well at the Open Championship, but are now back on North American soil. Then there are the 2 best amateurs in the entire world right now, Matt Hill, who goes to college at North Carolina State, and Nick Taylor, who goes to college at the University of Washington. They're both Canadians. They're both in the field. In fact, they'll be playing together on Thursday and Friday. The thing I'm going to be watching for, though, is how they all play the 16th hole. Last year, it was a long par 4, about 485. This year, they backed it up to the tips again. 516. They're going to play it as a par 5, a very reachable par 5 with a much more receptive green. If you play it as a par 5, that'll make 3 par 5s in the back 9 and a chance for a player to really get some momentum going, make some birdies coming home, and maybe win the Canadian Open Championship. Win?
Thanks, Bob. Television coverage is on the Golf Channel from 3 to 6 Thursday.
Your World MasterCard comes with rewards, offers, and perks that matter to you. Whether it's tee time reservations at premier golf courses or tickets to the big game, you decide what's in your perfect world. Offers may vary. Go to priceless.com/world and register for more details.